Hey guys, welcome back to Whiskey Blooded. My name is Dave. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It is actually the day after President's Day. I meant to do this video on President's Day, but in the middle of shooting the video, we power surged in our whole neighborhood and some transformer went out and we lost power for a while. So by the time power came back on, it was too late to shoot the video. So this is the President's Day, day after President's Day edition of Jefferson's Presidential Select 16-year-old new whiskey out there that I wanted to review for you guys on President's Day, but now it's the day after President's Day. So that's okay. Let's review it. My name is Dave. This is Whiskey Blooded. If you're new to the channel, we review whiskey, a lot of bourbon, whiskey, a little bit of scotch. One thing that the format that we do is we talk about it, pour it out, look at the color, nose it, taste it, then score it out of 100. I hope you guys find this video informative and fun, and happy late President's Day to all of you guys. So this is a Jefferson's Presidential Select 16-year-old. It's a twin oak, meaning it's done in an oak barrel and then put into a different one that's charred and aged in that as well. This is batch number 1. This is bottle number 3892. It is 94 proof. 94 proof. Hey, we have another 94 proof whiskey that we like. Remember, Elijah Craig is 94 proof. Funny, 94 proof. All right, we'll see how we like this one. It's $200 in Michigan. That is a hell of a price tag on a bottle of bourbon, even a rare bottle of bourbon. Oh, let me read you the bottle on this one. The bottle itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little different than the normal Jefferson's bottle, a little bit wider here. It's got this kind of cool little sticker on the top. It's got the fake tax strip on the top here, and it's got the red wax press seal that says JPS. Jefferson's Presidential Select, incredibly rare and highly prized. This unique offering is a well-matured bourbon with full-bodied flavor and a complex finish, a true connoisseur's bourbon. Cool. Cool. Well, is it $200 worth of whiskey? Let's find out. The color is like a light amber, just like a shade lighter than a copper penny. It's got a little bit of orange in there, but mostly that kind of amber color. The nose for me is a lot of honey, a lot of caramel, like dark caramel. You can smell a little bit of like that barrel char coming through, but what it lacks, or what I'm used to smelling from Jefferson's, is a little more spice and a little more of like the rye notes. I don't get that as much in this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and ruin this video a little bit by telling you my overall thought in the beginning. But I think it's important to note when we're looking at a proof whiskey like this, at this price point, this is a good sipping whiskey. I think it's actually a really good sipping whiskey. When you're not looking for like a barrel proof, or you're not looking for too much bite. And I'll explain what I mean here in a second. As you guys know, I usually like to go off that second taste. So for me up front, on this one you get a lot of honey, caramel, and like this charred Werther's taste. Where this and it's really smooth. It doesn't smooth as in there's not a lot of oak bite to it, not a lot of spice, not a lot of like super high proof burning kind of taste coming through. Not a ton of oak, not a ton of, I mean, a good amount of oak, but not like the spicy oak like you might think of. It's missing kind of that like toasty, spicy, cinnamony side of it. And in somewhat of a good way, meaning that it is really smooth. You're not getting any of those kind of offensive or those super like hot cinnamon kind of tastes. But I kind of like those tastes. So for me, that takes away a little bit. Where this is really good is it's got like some honey, caramel, like I said, like that Werther's kind of toasted Werther's taste, like that darker kind of Werther's taste. But where this bottle does lose me, and I thought maybe it would change if I let it sit. As I mentioned, I started this video yesterday and I tried some, and now I'm trying it today. I just opened this bottle. Where it's lost me a little bit is it's got this kind of weird like charred kind of tannic taste to it that stays throughout the very beginning of the, like the very start of the middle all the way through the end. I can still taste it now. It's got this kind of weird like charred tannic taste that I really can't put my finger on. It's like I can still taste it back there. And I don't know what that is. I didn't eat anything weird for dinner. You know, I had the normal meal. Every time I shoot a video, I kind of cleanse out my mouth first just to make sure. But I got it yesterday. I got it today. I've read a couple reviews on it too, so maybe it's just in my head, but I read a couple reviews of what other people think of this bottle because I was a little bit concerned too. But it's got this kind of weird undertone to it. I mean, it's not bad, and everything else about this bottle is fantastic, but it's got that kind of weird taste to it. So maybe it's just because it's been that twin oaked. It's more complexity, more char, more barrel taste, more oak than what I'm used to tasting in a Jefferson's, and that's all it is. And if that's the case, then it's still a really good bottle. But for me, it takes a little bit away, and not having that spice bite for it, for me, takes it a little bit away. So I would say that for this one, as far as overall score goes, the price is really what gets me. I would pay $100 for this, not all day long, but I would more regularly buy this at $100. But I won't even be looking for a second bottle of this, pretty simply because of that price point. So we're going to say 89. So a good score. Definitely a good score. Remember, 90 plus for me is like really fantastic whiskey, but 89, and the price point is one, that little bit of underlying taste, that's another, and the fact that there's so much more good in this price point, maybe not always better, just different. For example, like Wild Turkey Decades has a lot of similar taste to this, but I think just does it overall better. It's $150. Even the Wild Turkey 17, which is for us, it's like in our area, it's like 130 to 150, 160. That does it a little bit better. 4-grain does the sweeter part of this a little bit better, because 4-grain I would actually very much compare to this as far as the overall like kind of lighter taste to it. There's so many things that do this, I think, a little bit better, but maybe for me it's just too complex on that double oak finish. Maybe that weird taste I'm getting at the end is that extra oak that just isn't sitting with me all that well. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think about Jefferson's Presidential Select, the new 16-year-old bottle? Is it worth $200? Is it not worth $200? Would you rather have regular Jefferson's and save the money? Would you rather have a different Jefferson's Presidential Select that you can try out? I mean, let me know. So here it is, the Twin Oak 16-year-old. Thank you guys for joining me on the channel. Next video will be coming in March. Which isn't that far around the corner, 2 weeks probably. So next video coming in March. Still in the air about what we're going to do. Definitely open to what you guys want to look at and request, because that's how I did this video. So I'll see you guys next time. It's been fun. My name is Dave. This is Whiskey Blooded. Have a good one.